Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Zero here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the Diamond Tac rifles. I got these unlocked, and honestly it wasn't that bad. So I'm going to go over some of these challenges real quick. Spray, get 300 eliminations. Stripes, get 100 headshots. Classic, get 5 kills without dying 20 times. Geometric, get 50 long shots. Flora, get 75 enemies detected, stunned, or blinded. Science, shoot and kill 50 enemies behind cover. Psychedelic, kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times. So my tips for these would be, as soon as you unlock the long shots, go for the long shots. Like, go sit on satellite in the back, or go, you need to find the long shot spots in different maps. There's even some in Nuketown. You can sit, if you're on one side, you can sit inside the garage by the yellow doorway and look down the right side and like kind of go all, you can see all the way into the backyard. And then you can sit over there and get the long shots from the doorway too on Nuketown if you want to do it that way. Or I'll put a clip up right now of these spots that I'm talking about. Or you can go, you can sit in this one spot in the greenhouse, I believe, behind the desk, and you can actually get a long shot if you kill somebody in the opposite window, if you're all the way against the back. So I'd recommend doing long shots first for all of these. For the stunned kills, I would recommend, while you're getting those long shots, to put down a field mic. You can also run Gearhead, and that will give you more field mics. And the field mics, basically, if you get a kill in there, in that radius of the field mic, it'll actually count towards these, which is, it makes it really easy. Shoot and kill 50 enemies taking cover from you in multiplayer. That's just window camping in Nuketown, or they made it a little bit more lenient. Now you can kind of get behind cover. I think it counts if they're they were like behind cover and then they come out of cover and then you kill them. I think it still counts after like a second or two, because it's happened to me a few times. Kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times. That just comes as soon as you unlock it. Just, you know, you'll get that, obviously. If you need to, just go. You can't really go for it though, but you can kind of try and spawn trap in Nuketown and stuff like that. That's pretty easy double kills. But that, and obviously you can use any attachments you want. So now I'm going to go over all of the attachments for all of the different guns. So for the Type 63, any optic you want. I prefer, I don't know why that one's on. I prefer, where is it? This one doesn't have it. Probably the Hawks more. That's just my preference. You can use any optical you want, depending on if you're going for long shots or anything, whatever helps you. For the muzzle, I go for the KGB Eliminator. You get some good vertical recoil control, stuff like that. For the barrel, I do the 21.5-inch task force for that extra damage and effective damage range. Sadly, we got to risk some both vertical and horizontal recoil, but we make it back further down the line. Steady aim laser, I'd normally run the 5 milliwatt, but I rather get that little bit of extra aim down sight speed, because I play a lot of hardcore, and that's mainly where you need that extra aim down sight speed. Right here, we're making up some of that recoil with our Spetsnaz grip. The bottom one has less, so that's why I'm using this one. I like to use normally the biggest magazine that's possible that isn't the speed one, because then once you use the speed, you're also doing aim down sight time is getting deducted, which sucks. So I use this one, which also does bring your aim down sight speed down, but for me it's worth it. If you don't want your aim down sight speed, go for 30 round. But I need that extra clip sometimes. The GRU elastic wrap, I prefer the bottom one, because you can get 30 aim down sight speed and 90 flinch resistance, and you can aim while going prone, which is very useful. And for the stock, I go with the Raider stock. You can see the stats right there. Sadly, you lose some hip fire accuracy. If you don't want to lose any, you can use one of these 3. It's really personal preference, honestly. And for the M16, any optic you want. I use 2 times on this. For the muzzle, I use the Infantry Compensator for some extra recoil control. For the barrel, I use a 20.5-inch task force for 14% damage, 50% effective damage range, and 50% bullet velocity. And it also deducts some recoil, but we will be getting that back in some of our other attachments. If you don't want the recoil, I would suggest the 16.3 titanium for the fire rate, because, well, obviously in this one you don't even get the fire rate. So you could potentially use this and make up for the damage if you didn't want to lose any of this, but you are losing some damage range on that. That's personal preference out of those two, I'd say. For this, this is always going to be either the steady aim laser or the 5 milliwatt, but I'm using the normal one. For this one, for some reason, I don't have it on this one, but I would use the Field Agent foregrip normally to get a lot of that, to get a lot of the recoil back. For this one, I'm using this one, but obviously you can also use the 45 round one, so you can not get that aim down sight speed impacted. For the handle, I'm also using the last one to get the last handle, and these are all the same. For the stock, I'm using the SAS Combat Stock to get some of that aim walking movement speed, which is on this gun it's really helpful. You could probably also do sprint to fire time if you wanted. And then for the AUG, any optic, I use 2 times. For the muzzle, I use Infantry Compensator to get a bunch of more recoil, 25% to be exact. For the barrel, I'm using the 19.8 Task Force barrel, 10% damage. You know, it's the same thing as the last gun. It really helps, honestly, that extra damage. I'm using the steady aim laser for the body. The underbarrel is the Field Agent foregrip, 40% recoil. You know, getting a lot of that recoil back that we're going to be losing with our mag and stuff like that. That's why I do those attachments, because I use the mag that reduces your recoil. Because I like as much ammo as I can get. Because when I'm playing core, I need to be able to unload all my bullets consistently, you know. For the handle, I got the airborne elastic wrap, which is also extremely helpful. And then for the stock, I also have the SAS Combat Stock. And as you're ranking up, obviously, you're not going to be able to use the last attachments in all of these, but you can just look through them and kind of find the ones that are kind of similar, you know? Like, this is aim walking move speed. You could get the first one. That helps with that. Or if you prefer the shooting move speed... Oh, well, I was going to say something else, but there's nothing else there. Oh, okay, I see. This one gives 50%, and then this one gives the sprint to fire time. That's also a good option too, but it increases the amount of hip fire accuracy that it's taking away if you go to that one. So you really got to look at these stats, and they're the advanced stats, but I only look at that when it comes to like snipers and stuff. I think I went all the way to the bottom with that one. And then for the DMR, I don't have any variants for this gun, I don't think. No, I do not. For the optic, the Hawksmoor is what I was using. The muzzle, I'm actually using the silencer for this. That's also an option for any of you guys. Instead of using the Infantry Compensator, you can also use the silencer. This recoil, it's not that bad. It's like you gotta like tap it, and it's like a 1 shot each, so you gotta tap it, and the recoil isn't that bad, so I wasn't really focused on too much recoil. And I was kind of letting it drop with all this stuff. This is an essential, I'd say. If you have everything unlocked on this, you need this, because it gives 24% extra damage. That could be an extra 2 or 3 bullets you don't have to put into someone's leg, you know? Like, that's insane. The body, I'm using the steady aim laser. You could also use the 5 milliwatt. The undergrip, the Field Agent foregrip. Obviously, all of these are subject to change. Any of you can customize and do whatever you want with any of these guns. I also am using the Stanag 35 round. The handle, the airborne elastic for that aim down sight speed. And I also like this one the best because it has the aim while going prone. That's honestly really good, because if you're window camping, I'm just saying this for like when you're getting the kills behind cover. If you're getting shot and you need to crouch real quick and you can get all the way down and then you can get back up without having to aim back in, especially if you even have a sniper. Those are useful on snipers too, but they're useful on these also. Yeah, the SAS Combat Stock, you know, pretty much the same stuff on most of these. My biggest tip, I'd say, I think my biggest tip for getting this gold is using the field mic and the gearhead instead of using flashbangs or UAVs. You can do UAVs too, those are pretty easy. But yeah, those are just my recommendations, guys. I hope you guys have a great time getting these diamond, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day. See ya.